Hey entrepreneurs, welcome to the Founders with Million Dollar Heist podcast series. In this show, I will be hosting successful makers from Product Hunt who have nailed their product launches. Hopefully, we will learn lots of valuable insights and experiences from those founders that can supercharge your upcoming launches. So let's dive in. Hey folks, today my guest is everyone's favorite from Product Hunt, Neel Patel. And he's from India. He's a tech generalist with over 10 years of experience in tech industry. He successfully founded Sync Signature and launched on Product Hunt and have been able to secure the number two product of the day. So Neel, how are you doing?
Thanks, man. Thanks for the kind words. I'm doing great, and thanks for having me.
Yeah, we are very thrilled to have you on the show. And hopefully, we will be discussing a lot of things regarding your product launch and about your product so that people like me who are planning to, planning to be launching soon will have great insights from you. So let's get started. So before you tell me your full story, I have a list of quick questions. So tell me, when did you launch and in which month?
Okay, so I launched in November. 22nd November is the date on Wednesday, particularly.
I think you will remember for the rest of your life this day.
Yes, exactly. It was crazy, and first things are first things. So you basically remember
Yes,
good things a lot.
nothing beats the first experience, right?
Exactly.
And I have been following you and your launch from the beginning. When
Mhm.
I joined Product Hunt on November 1st. Okay,
Mhm.
and then I have seen you everywhere, your product, and witnessed the as a follower I have witnessed your product to get on the top. So it was a great feeling for me as well. I also feel like a winner with you. So when did you join Product Hunt?
So I think Product Hunt I joined quite a while back. I was a part of tech agency,
Mm-hmm.
so we've been launching a lot of products in that sense. But I was more on the other side of the things. Like I was involved in the product building part of things. So the product development and product management is something that I was doing for the agency.
Mm-hmm.
But Product Hunt is something that I was into for the longest time. I think this is probably my second or third account. Of course, the older accounts were the accounts that I had with the previous agencies. So maybe I did not continue, and the emails got down because I switched my position. So that's where I don't have the older accounts, but the current account I have is from 2020. I think we launched a couple of products back then. Back then it was like very different. It is very different right now. So yeah, I mean, on the founder seat or on the actual product launch side, it's my first time. So yeah, that's
Okay, that's good. So you already have some kind of experience before, right? Before launching your own product.
yes, but not as an experience, as in the building part of stuff I was a part of, but not the launch or the GTM motion
All
side of
right.
things. So this is the first time for me uh, launching my own product and actively getting involved for my own
Mm-hmm.
product. So that was the first time, I would say.
Okay, that's great. So, what was your highest streak? Tell me. This is everything everyone wants to know about.
I think I started back in September or something, where
Mm-hmm.
I kind of reached around 39, 40, and then I had a long holiday where I was making sure that at least I appear and do some stuff so that the streak is active. But I broke that streak a while back, but then I started again, and I think I'm around 86 days or something as of now.
Wow, that's good. So you are still continuing it?
Yes. So basically, back then it was like I had to maintain it to, I had to go and do something. But now it's like I'm pretty much always excited to at least tap that product hunt icon at least once and see what's going on, you know.
Right,
So
right,
that's the story. I mean, it
right.
isn't to maintain the streak in particular, but it's
But
something that
yeah.
yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, I feel you. I do the same. So tell me one thing, like when you log into your product hunt from your mobile, you try to maintain the streaks, right?
Usually it's web because I'm almost always on the laptop. But yeah, I
Mhm,
mean, sometimes if you are at home and you are just,
mhm.
chilling and just having your phone, but like
Okay.
it's a
Mhm.
70-30 ratio, you can say that 70% on web
Okay.
and
All right.
30% I'm on phone. Yeah.
Mhm. And do you know there is a widget of product hunt where you can add the product hunt on your home screen, and it shows the visiting streaks and if you are visited today.
Oh, interesting.
It,
I did
it's
not know
cool.
that.
Yeah, I think if you have it on your phone, then every day from waking up, you see if I visited today or not.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so I think you'll check it out.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
how many kitty coins you have achieved so far?
So see, just like the streak, I think it was something that I was looking up to till, like, before launch or stuff like that. But I think I did not
Hmm.
continue to see that. But I think I'm around 1600 or something. But it
Okay.
now it doesn't matter. I think because the levels I have crossed all of them, so I'm already in the gold level, and that's the
Right.
lowest level. So I think
Right, right.
yeah.
Golden kitty status. Maybe your high profile will benefit in your future launch as well, I
Yes,
think.
yes, of course, of course. I feel that because that's something that I think the back end of the product hunt or the background team of the product hunt also checks for the kind of upvotes that you get from pretty active people are considered to be uh, you know uh, more in the volume or more in the uh, weightage, as to say.
Right. And I believe Product Hunt team continuously working on making the platform genuine, in my opinion. Like
Yeah.
they're constantly looking on all of these profiles and ranking based on them. So yeah, it does matter. So tell me about your whole Product Hunt story. Maybe a long story, but in a short. So
Okay.
how did you plan to start launching on Product Hunt?
So basically, what I was looking for is overall. If we talk about my product, I was very much so. So I'll tell you a backstory of it. Like, I was a part of tech agency, and we kind of did a lot of product experiments in house, and we failed a couple of times, and we realized that something is missing. Like, we were doing absolutely great on the building part, so we were able to pull off great technology things to be built very efficiently, fast way, but the main thing, which is the secret sauce of every products, I would say, that's the distribution part, right? So distribution is something that was very hard to crack, probably because we did not try enough, we did not have those kind of resources, skills for that. So all of that, uh, like uh, one after another, they built upon me, and and I end up believing that I need to learn distribution myself. So I was just looking at all the products, and I felt that like the marketing part of the product is something that founder does well at the initial
Mhm,
stage. So
mhm.
I felt that something that I have to do on my own, and I'll have to look at a channel where I would be able to contribute and make that channel available for my launch. So that's something that I was looking for, and then I looked at couple of channels, and based on sync signatures product side of things, I felt like
Mhm.
product hunt is a sweet spot where the community would need something of that sorts. And I think the category, or the product category, you can say, is something that is interesting to product hunt community. So I just felt like I'll probably try engaging in the community and see if I can build audience there. and that's where I was able to pull off. So first couple of months, I think nothing was happening in that sense. I
Okay,
did not
so
have. Yeah, yeah.
mhm, mhm. Yes, carry on, no problem.
Yeah, yeah. So first couple of months, I think I was just going there, trying to get engagement. I was trying to initiate conversations. Nothing was happening really. I was upvoting products. I was trying to support people, but nothing was happening. So that sort of I felt like, is it going to be the channel for my product launch or not? Then I kind of looked very like I zoomed out and see how the community works, what kind of conversations are happening, try to gauge where I should be putting myself. And of course, I have a great experience, or a decade of tech experience, so I could add a lot of value to some of the people. So identifying those people, and connecting them on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and
Mhm.
then helping them with their launches, etc., helped me tremendously. And then at certain point I felt like, people are really appreciating this thing, and then I doubled down on that, and then I kind of made my space in the community.
So yeah, so I think you have joined Product Hunt a few months earlier with your
Yeah,
latest account, and you were trying to engage with the community to see how you can curate the whole process of your next launch
yeah,
marketing, right?
yeah.
Then when you have seen a little bit of traction within the engagement, you decided to, okay, now this is my time and I'm going to launch, right? So have
Yes.
you launched alone or with a team? And
Basically,
yeah.
the plan was that only, like, I'll the product development side of things, I wanted to. So a little backstory again, like, I kind of came up with this idea in September only, so it isn't something that I was working on for last couple of months. It was very recent. So recently, like, it has been just 3 months, and we launched within 2 months. So that was the plan. Like, I did not want to keep on building stuff for like longest time and then launch. The plan was to launch something really small within a short period of time, and then launch it. And by the time it gets ready, I wanted to building audience, start engagement in different communities, and see where I can stick. And product hunt was one of them. So like that's where things were like. And I then, by the time in November mid, when I was very confident that community is also supporting, and I have a good audience built on, the product was also ready. I did some very very brief testing session of the product within my own community, and then I launched public on product hunt on 22nd November. So yeah, it was very.
That's impressive. Like, for example, you have planned it on September and launched it in November. That's
Yes.
really impressive, and secured the number two product of the day. It was huge, really commendable. So tell me one thing, like how many followers did you have when you scheduled your launch? I think you have scheduled your launch 1 month earlier.
No, no, I kind of did very few days back. Like it was scheduled like 4 or 5 days back, because we were not sure, like
All right.
if we wanted to find a spot where
Right.
the holidays are gone, like Indian holidays are over, and then we are not also
Mhm.
we are also going to do it before Black Friday and holiday season there. So it was a very specific time that I wanted to launch, and we decided that 22nd November is the right time.
Yeah, and it end up well for you.
Yeah.
Fantastic, fantastic. And tell me, which date you have chosen for the launch? Like, was it a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday? I think it was probably Tuesday.
It was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, very competitive day, and you still secured number two of the day, and it's really amazing. And how many followers did you have, like on the launching page?
I think on the launching day, I had around 500, 550 followers, maybe. Yeah.
550. That's great. How many followers do you have on Product Hunt profile?
Right now it's around 650 or something.
650. And back then it was.
It was 550 around.
Okay, so everyone was following you and you have been super active. Yeah, makes sense. That's why you have this success. That's great. Can you share the key strategies you employed when launching? Just maybe one or two key strategies,
I
apart
think
from doing the engagement and other things.
I think for product hunt, it's pretty. I would say that I wouldn't say that these are the strategies. I think strategy wise, it was all engagement. The more you engage, more you help people. I think the secret sauce is helping people with their launches and promoting their products, and not just promoting, but you can also help them actually by signing up to their products, trying out their products, giving them some feedback. All of those things were it has compounding effect, and they will probably, if you help some people and their teams, they will always get back and support you. So that's something that one should be focused on. So in terms of strategy, I think the engagement part and actually helping people was something I was doing generously, so that has helped me a lot.
All right. So doing and continuing the engagement is the secret sauce.
Plus, I
Or
would also say that, Product Hunt, I mean, everybody should launch on Product Hunt for sure, but it also depends on the type of product that you have, the category of product. If that's the category of product is something that the audience would love, I think there are higher chances of getting a good success there. So that's also something that one should be focusing on.
right. So when you are saying about the category, so uh, does that mean, like, for example, if people are launching B2B products or B2C products, which kind of category do you think is more successful on Product Hunt? B2B or B2C?
I think both has their own flavors to it. Probably, I wouldn't categorize them in those buckets. Like B2B and B2C are something that a lot of. So basically, I think all depends on the kind of community we have and the
Right,
demographics, the kind of people, the designations of them, what kind of personas are there in Product Hunt is something that matters a lot. So I feel like there are a lot of founders, makers out there. There are a lot of marketing people. There are a lot of design folks. So I think these are of course, and the biggest community or the biggest persona on Product Hunt should be the developers. So our developer tools also get a lot of traction. So I think these are some of the category of
hmm,
personas or the audiences that Product Hunt community has. And if your product is around those people, I think there are higher chances of getting good success without without really bleeding a lot, if I
right.
say. Yeah.
Right, makes sense. Yeah, now it makes sense. Like, for example, there are many kinds of people on Product Hunt, right, from
Yeah.
different backgrounds. So basically, when someone joins Product Hunt, you start engaging and you attract your kind of people within you. Because whenever you are opening a discussion, commenting on someone's post, that means that specific person or post are related to your category, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
when you have surrounded with the same category people, doesn't matter the which business category your product is, it will be generating real organic traffic on Product Hunt on your
Exactly.
launch day,
Yeah.
right? So it makes sense. It makes total sense. I believe everyone will follow it and start doing real conversations and engagement.
Yeah.
So I have another question.
Yeah.
So how did your experience with Product Hunt impacted your product visibility after your launch?
Right. So I think again, like, if I have to categorize the launch in three, or if I have to say that which factors affected the product launch on Product Hunt, are one of the thing is the audience that I talked about. The second one is the product itself, like what kind of product it has? Like, is it a complex system where people will have to go in and figure out what it does, and they have to set up their onboarding journeys, and to get the value out of it, how much time people would have to spend on the products is something also to be considered while launching on Product Hunt. So for me, it's sync signature is something that gives you the actual value within 2 minutes of your sign up time. So that's very short in that sense. So it is very specific to some audiences, and it is very specific to those people also who just want to try it out. So that's something I feel like it gives a leverage on that sense. A lot of people or a lot of product launches may get a lot of upvotes, but I think uh, that's not the right metric to track.
Okay, so so I think we were talking about the product visibility.
Yeah.
So after your launch, how was the visibility impacted of your product?
Yeah, so as I was saying that the major metric for me was to get as many as possible signups. Upwards were okay. I mean, if we land up on top three products, it will give us some visibility somewhere else as well. So that was also the goal, but the real goal was to get more signups. And the thing that worked for us was certainly a very small product which has very less friction. So somebody would just go in and sign up and get the value in within 2 minutes. So that gives us a great leverage, and we got around in the first week itself we got around 700 signups from the Product Hunt launch. uh, and after that it blew somewhere else as well, and we are reaping the fruits of that as of now as well. We crossed around 5,000 signups uh, you know uh, before on 22nd or before that, like, so within a period of month we got around 5,000 plus signups, and we are continuously adding 100 plus signups every day. So that's something.
Wow, wow, that's great. By the way, I signed up on your launch day as well, and all my profile photos, the headshots in my profile, in my product hunt profile, and everywhere is done by your sync signature, and
Awesome,
it's
awesome,
great.
man.
I love it. I use it everywhere, and I tell my friends, see how this looks, and my friends say, wow, this is so great. Where did you? How did you do that?
Yeah,
I said try sync signature. Okay,
awesome,
that's
awesome,
kind
man.
of cool. And you said you have 5,000 signups till now, right?
Yeah, 5,000 plus. So it was 5,000 back a few days back, and I think it should be around 5,500 or something. Yeah.
That's great. That's a huge number. And do you think all the people are from Product Hunt or from
No,
outside?
so I think the Product Hunt momentum was for like 7 to 10 days. Majorly, the traffic was from Product Hunt during the initial days. But after that, when we secured second rank, it blew up somewhere else as well. And
All right.
since I was not able to track where it blew up, uh, so basically I was trying to gauge where the signups or the traffic is coming from. And what we realized it is they are actually searching sync signature in Google. So we don't know where they have heard this thing or saw this sync signature term, but all of the things that we were able to track so far was just the brand keywords searched from
Right.
Google. So it's something that somewhere people might have seen, and then they are searching on Google, and then they're landing on the website and
Right.
like that. So yeah.
I think what happened is like when you secured the second position in Product Hunt, and I think word of mouth has been sprayed all over. Like for example, for me, when I used it, I
Yeah.
told my friends send them links, search this, search that, and
Right.
they go to Google and search your product and find it. I think everyone referred to their friends and family,
Yeah.
and everyone searched it for Google. Okay, that's great. So
Yeah.
so guys, whoever is launching, it's necessary to have some kind of spotlight in Product Hunt, because that's where you get most referrals from your fellow Product Hunt followers. So Okay, so on your launch day, you secured your first paying customers or later on?
On the first day, yeah.
On the
When I
first day.
launched, we got our first paid customers. So basically, the idea here was not to get any sort of. We were not trying to sell anything, and if you see, we don't have those kind of features which we have. We wanted to have in our paid product, so we are still building that part. So the
Okay.
idea was to just see if whether people would want or get a pre-sales uh, deal from the product hunt launch, and they did. So basically it happened, and for first 1 or 2 days we were getting good sales, and then there was something off with the Stripe, so we had to get our account uh, you know so they basically decided to freeze our account, and then we had to do a lot of back and forth, and it's back live again after like I don't know, like
Mm-hmm.
20, 25 days. So we were like frozen in between. So
All
like
right.
that's the case. So I couldn't really leverage that part, but I feel like it gave us a validation that something like this with a premium version may help people. So that's what
Mm-hmm.
we are building, and we are also building it for the people who have already paid for the product. But we'll soon increase the price and launch again with the paid plan, so that the pre-sales that people has bought, they feel fair.
Mm-hmm.
We got it
Right.
for less and stuff like that.
At a better price, right? So,
Right.
so you were offering a lifetime deal, I believe, right?
Yes, yes,
And
true.
it was around, I think, 26 USD,
$29.
$29,
Yeah,
right? And so, yeah, for example, like your product was to the point. Like I just sign up, I
yeah,
need my headshot, get it done, like in less than 5 minutes.
yeah.
That's what having me, uh, uh, you know, uh, love your product. I
Great.
think everyone loved that because people do not want to sign up with a long process and start using it, right? They will
Exactly.
lose interest right away. So
Exactly.
there you did a really great job, to the point. Just log in, upload your photo, get a headshot, and that's a cool thing. And I think we'll talk about your product in a little while in
Yeah.
more detail, so that uh, audience who are watching can go through your product as well. So so far, what was the revenue you have generated so far? Like any approximate revenue that you have generated so far?
I would definitely share the revenue numbers if the things were consistent, because it was
Mm-hmm.
just 2 days within the product hunt launch, and then
Mm-hmm.
the Stripe decided to freeze our account, so we could not really continue that, and it just got back live like last week. So it has been like 20-25 days or maybe more of a gap, so that we were not
Right.
getting any revenue by then. So I mean, it
Okay, so
makes no
it's
sense in a way.
okay. So interesting. Like, why did Stripe froze your account? Like,
So that's again an interesting story. They just when I opened Stripe, like after 3 or 4 days, maybe after the launch, because I was really exhausted with the
mm-hmm.
launch, and I was not really working very actively.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to see that on the Stripe dashboard they say that uh,
Mm-hmm.
the uh, your your account has been frozen because you are not complying with some of the terms and conditions,
Mm-hmm.
and they just had that one CTA that says connect with us on customer support, and I was like, if
Mm-hmm.
there is something wrong with my account, you should at least specify what it was, right? So that I
Mm-hmm.
can make
Mm-hmm.
corrections over there. They just very general. Uh, they just generalized it, and just on the dashboard they had this small widget on the top saying that, like, you're not complying with terms and condition. As I was like,
Mm-hmm.
what does that even mean? So I connected with them on the email, and it was quite shocking that they just froze my account. They were trying to figure out what was wrong, which I felt was not right, because there was actually nothing wrong with my account. So
Yeah,
after
yeah. You have verified it fully, right, before
exactly,
launching.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
You cannot go live without verifying your account. So
Exactly. Right. Mm-hmm.
So they just felt, I'm not sure. I mean, there might be some financial regulations or countrywide something happening. I'm not sure,
All
but
right.
they decided to do that. And then after few days, they emailed me saying that it's we are really sorry that we froze your account. It's actually nothing to worry about. It's all good, and we are going to reactivate it again. They emailed me that, and after that I was like, okay, they might have reactivated it, no worries there. So I was not checking again. 1 or 2 days left, and I checked it. It was the same thing. So eventually they did not reactivate it all at all. And then when I messaged them again, they were like, we are still looking into your account. And then the process got delayed. This happened actually twice. Like, they
Oh.
told me that, your account is okay, and we are going to reactivate it, but they did not. And then they again go back to the same mode that, we are still reviewing. I was all over on Twitter as well about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Mm-hmm.
just tagging them, mentioning, asking people like, why do they do this, etc. But nothing was happening. And then
Mm-hmm.
recently, this back and forth goes on for like almost 20-25 days or 30 days, and then we were able to, you know, uh, so they did
So.
not mention any reasons,
Mm-hmm.
and they did
Mm-hmm.
not even mention that there was a problem. They just said sorry that, we were just still reviewing, and nothing else. Like, they did not have any reason to do that. So that's strange.
Okay.
I was
That's
openly sharing all
strange.
the emails as well. All the emails
Yes.
they were sending it to me, like I was just screenshotting and putting it on the Twitter, because this is something that shouldn't happen, right?
Exactly, exactly. Like after your launch, if you're facing problem with the payment gateway, then it's a disaster.
Exactly.
And throughout this time, your account was frozen totally.
Exactly. Exactly.
And how did you manage to keep, getting the subscription payment from the customers?
So basically, the subscription part was not related to the Stripe. So the free sign up and everything else was working pretty smooth. So no problems there. Plus, the idea was not to get any sort of money, because what we are trying to do here is, we are just trying to get a
Yeah.
momentum going, and not the paid product, because paid product is still something that we are building, and a lot of things can be done in that direction. So we are just trying to validate whether people want to
Mm-hmm.
use
Mm-hmm.
something like this and to pay for it. So that
Right.
validation came in very early when we launched, and
Mm.
they started to buy that. So we were happy about it. So we then started to focus on building those features, and not the things that were not right. So, and anyway, like, lifetime deals are not something that is,
Mm-hmm.
I would call them sustainable. So we
Mm-hmm.
were not really focusing there a lot, like
Okay.
on the
But
sales front. Yeah.
but if anyone wanted to subscribe to the lifetime deal at that moment, have
Yeah.
anyone reached out to you and said, "Hey, I was trying to get the lifetime deal, but I'm not able to pay." Have anyone
I
visited?
did not get any such
Okay.
requests so far, but I could see that from the analytics, there were a lot of clicks there. But I think,
Right.
uh, I don't know. I mean, people,
Okay.
if
Mm-hmm.
they see something off, they would just go away, right? So it's not something that I can
Right.
blame for. So the
Right.
link was not working. It's simply just throwing errors. So I mean,
Okay. So you started generating revenues after your Stripe account has been recovered, right?
yes, yes.
Okay. So yeah, so guys, who people who are going for the Stripe as a payment gateway must check with their support before your launch, so that you do not have any interruption, because many launches will have monthly or yearly subscription on their launch day. So it's very important. And do you plan to keep continue using the Stripe as a payment gateway?
I think, yeah. I mean, the way we have set up and the way my tech team has experienced the platform so far, it's all good. I think it was just a small hiccup, that uh,
Mm,
unavoidable thing that they kind of brought up. I'm sure that I wouldn't have to face some things like that in the future, and I think we are still fine. I mean, since the other platforms, they would have a different set of the transaction fees, etc. I think Stripe
mhm,
is fine. And we also got uh, recognized as a startup in that sense, and we got a couple of credits in Stripe as well. So they don't charge us any sort of transaction fees on
Okay,
a couple of
that's great.
thousands of transactions. So yeah, I mean,
That's great.
yeah,
I would like to add few things as well. Like whenever, like about my launch, when I was thinking about which payment processor should I use.
yeah,
Stripe was my first choice from the beginning because I have used it before. But
right,
there are two more, the Paddle and the Squeeze. These
yeah,
guys are great as well, but they have a higher fees. Uh,
exactly.
uh, uh, more than the Stripe. But I think there is a thing called MOR, Merchant of Records.
Hmm.
And I'm not sure if you are aware about it, but people are talking about it for a while because everyone is launching with Stripe, but they are not, aware of MOR. And Stripe themselves are not MOR. Okay,
Right.
so whenever if you are launching a global product and selling worldwide, that means you must have to comply with all the tax laws around the world.
Right.
So what Paddle and Squeeze does, they are the merchant of records and they handle all of the things. Like you don't have any, legal issues in the
Yes.
future.
Yeah. I actually used Pedal also in my previous products. And I mean, yeah, I mean, it has its own advantages as well. In Stripe, you will have to do things manually, but it will
Right. But
also give
Stripe
you.
has a very good interface and infrastructure,
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean,
everyone loves it. Yeah.
it's mature in that sense, so it has pros and cons both ways.
Hmm.
And I feel like if you're starting out, I think you should use something like Paddle or Lemon Squeezy. If you don't have like really long term plan for your product, you just want to validate that, it's very quick to have all of that incorporate very easily, so that helps there. But if you have a long term plan and you know the skills and you have
Hmm.
experience with Stripe, I think
Hmm.
you should go with Stripe as well. I mean, that's up
Okay.
to you, because a certain amount of MRR would make sense if lemon squeezy or paddle takes 5% or 10% or 20%. But at certain level, you'll
Mhm.
see that it's a lot of money. So I mean, you
Right.
need to consider that. So I
Right.
think I've also seen that transition happening in a little mature product when they reach to like 5,000, 10,000 MRR. So they then try to use something like Stripe where they can manage stuff because they have that long-term vision. Plus, they
Okay.
have paying customers. So the fees that they are paying is not making sense anymore. So yeah,
Right. So people who have resources and skills to handle all the taxes and everything and long-term visions, then they should go for Stripe and hassle-free. If someone wants a hassle-free system, then go for Paddle and Squeezy,
yeah,
Lemon Squeezy.
yeah,
Okay, that's good. Interesting. Interesting. So a final question about your product marketing. Like you have already said, you have the engagement within the community was the main tactic that you used for market your product, right?
yeah.
So other than this, like have you used cold emailing, Facebook ads, Google ads, anything other than that so
Yeah,
far?
I actually wanted to experiment a lot, but the ticket size or the value that we are giving is very small, so we have to choose our channels accordingly, right? So
Right.
paid marketing was something that was not in our skill set. Plus, we did not have the right kind of funds to even experiment that. So I did not check it. But once I
Okay.
have a proper
Hmm.
paid model in place, I would also play around with those channels as well. So experimenting is one thing. The second thing is, like, since it's a small ticket product, we also want to have it like low CAC, if I may say, because
Hmm.
that's where the profits are, because I want to make sure that we are making profits and not just burning our uh,
Right, right, right,
resources. Yeah.
right. You don't want burning in your startup, right?
Exactly. So
Yeah.
the organic stuff, everything, like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
also building myself a great Twitter account. So I mean, that's something that also will help us on the long run. Plus, we are also developing a lot of organic content and
Right.
content engine. So yeah, I mean, that will help.
Content is currency right now,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a
So
long
people,
term thing, but
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. So people who are thinking for going with paid ads, listen up. Like you need to create the next content for your product currency, right? Because this will help you sustain in the long run. Otherwise, you will keep burning yourself on paid ads and other stuff.
Yeah, for
Okay.
validation, etc., initial days, if you want to validate something and you have, see, it's about what cost you are occurring and what is the value that they will give you. Like if you are selling $1,000 product and if you're spending like $50-$100 on a single equation, then it makes sense. But if you're just selling $15 or $20 or $30 product, and if you're just spending like $5-10 on the marketing or acquisition of the customer, then it makes no sense, in my opinion. So you have to that like balance that, and
Right.
yeah,
Right. Right. So last question.
yeah.
What is your suggestion for solopreneurs or teampreneurs? I would say.
Suggestions as in like in what sense would you want me to suggest something?
Okay. So for example, if I am preparing myself to launching myself alone,
Okay.
and if two or three people make a group and preparing them for their first launch. So suggestion as in I meant how to keep up the motivation.
Right. So basically, I think, of course, two or three people would be better than one. So if you have a team of people who can really be that community manager of sorts for those launching days, and even post and pre-launch days, it's great. I mean, great to have. But if you're just alone, you can also pull that off. Reason if there is no reason to not do it alone, so that's also possible. I would just say that, if you're planning to launch on product hunt, what makes sense is you identify what kind of category you are falling into, and if the audience is going to love it or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's the second thing. And the third thing is your product, how much friction is uh, your product generates while using it. So if it's a complex product, I would say that you would have to find a way to launch something really small, that that's a part of that whole complex system, that will
Right.
generate more signups for you, and that will generate more genuine customers or the signups, and then you can get feedback on that, and you can sell the rest of the system to them. Something like that can be planned out.
Mm-hmm. Right. And more minds works better. Right.
Yeah, more as in like you need to have those gunners. I call them gunners, like 10x people who really
Yeah.
believes in those moving the needle part of things, and not just somebody who is uh, just they just want to be told like what to do. I
Yeah.
don't believe them. I want people to be uh,
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah.
And solopreneur is a good thing. I'm not against it, but while even like when people start planning to launch with a team, they also become self solopreneurs. For example, I
Exactly.
call it self employment trap. Like for
Exactly.
example, if my teammate have a good skill in a subject, then he
Yeah.
should handle it, right?
Exactly.
But sometimes I feel like, no, I think I can do it better. Come on, you are doing a self employment, right?
Right.
So yeah.
So all the
Right.
people who are
Mhm.
actually involved should treat themselves as an entrepreneur, and
Right.
start acting like a founder themselves. So I think it will give them a leverage for sure. It's not just about the
Exactly.
product, but it will give them
Mhm.
their own leverage for sure.
Right. So great insights, Neil. So
Yeah,
I think we can have a quick demonstration of your product. Maybe you can share your screen and we can have a quick demonstration so that people who are watching can uh, see your product and might get interested. So let's get started.
for sure. Let me just share my screen quickly.
Yes, I think I can see your screen.
Okay, great. So this is the website, sync signature as a single word, syncsignature.com.
Mm-hmm.
And This is like the whole thing is already there. You can check that out. I'll just move on to create a free signature from the top. You'll see all the call to action button has the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just click on create a signature. So basically, it will just land up on sign up page where I have to sign up. If you have a Google account, you can just simply go with continue with Google. I already have logged in with that account, so I'll just for the demo, I'll just create a new account.
All right.
Say testing sing signature at the rate gmail.com. I'll just set up quick password. I click on sign up, and you will be redirected to the onboarding form where you
Mm-hmm.
have to mention your name. So my name, your position, because we want to create an email signature as well. So I'm just gonna add my position over here.
Mm-hmm.
Co-founder and CEO. Company name is Sync Signature. If I have a company logo, I can add it over here, or I can add later on as well. So I'll just quickly see if I can grab the logo. I have just switched my
Mm-hmm.
laptop, so I don't have all the assets. Maybe
All right. All right.
okay,
No
so I'll
problem.
just keep the logo part.
Mm-hmm.
But what it does is basically, if you upload your logo, it will
Mm-hmm.
just automatically get the best color or the largest color that has in your logo, so that you
Okay.
don't have to use that hash color code, and
Okay.
that's a
It
little
will detect it automatically.
it will detect it automatically. Yeah. So if I
Mm-hmm.
just have to demonstrate that, I'll just add the icon that I have. For
Mm-hmm.
example, this is the icon.
Mm-hmm.
Based on that, the primary color should be selected over here. I'll
Mm-hmm.
just check.
Mm-hmm.
It should be there. I think I'll
Okay.
have to get the final logo over here. Then it will just detect the color from there.
Okay.
Just clear for now. Clicking
All right.
next. This is the part where you actually add a professional headshot. So you can create headshots like this. The examples are over here.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just quickly select one of the image I have.
Mm-hmm.
For example, there's just candid photo of me
Mm-hmm.
sitting somewhere, right?
All
So
right.
I'll just zoom it a little bit in so that
Mm-hmm.
it fits in the frame, and click
Right.
OK. So this is the photo that I've selected. I'll just click on next, and it will start generating some of the templates or the professional headshot styles, and it will just give me,
Wow, that's super cool.
yeah, some of the templates you can see.
Mm-hmm.
I can select the ones I like. For example, I'm clicking on this one.
Mm-hmm.
I select next. So when I select next, it should go to the next screen where all
Wow.
the information is already there. Some of them are actually the information that I've already put in the last steps. So Neel Patel is coming from the last step. The email is also here. Other than that, all the information are dummy that you can change later on. But
Mm-hmm.
you can see that
Everything is customizable, right?
exactly everything is customizable. Right now, you can see that all the logo, company logo, name, and these are all the templates that you can get. And for example, I'm liking this one. I'll just click
Mm-hmm.
on that, and it will
Mm-hmm.
just move me to the information section
Mm-hmm.
where I can put in or customize the information. So this thing I already said.
Mm-hmm.
This is the department. I
Mm-hmm.
want to remove department, for example. So I'll just clear that. Business name is fine. Location is fine. Company logo, if I want to have, I
Mm-hmm.
just keep this, or I can just clear that. Uh, I can add my real email over here, and it will just appear right over here. This is
Right.
just a prompt to tell you that if you want to set email signatures for your entire team, you can just click on yes and submit that, so that I can
Okay.
understand whether people are interested in sharing, setting company-wide signatures or not.
Right. And you can download the signature, right? And use it in your emails.
Exactly. I'll just go through all the details and make sure that everything is
Mm-hmm.
correct, and
Mm-hmm.
then see if I want to change the primary color or something. If I want to add the CTA button, for example, I want to have a book a call button to it.
Mm-hmm.
For example, let's just put a random URL, so it will just
Wow,
give.
this is interesting. Like you have a CTA button as well. Yeah, this is
Exactly.
important.
Yeah.
Like at the end of every email signature, if I have a book a call button, it's really
Yeah.
helpful. Yeah.
Exactly. So this is something that can be done as well. So you just put that text and this thing URL, and you are good to go.
Mm, all right. And you can change the name of the button as well. Makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can
So
do
you
that.
so you can use for any use cases.
Exactly. So all of that can be done from
Mm-hmm.
here, and we are also adding some more interesting things over here so that you get more call to action options. And yeah,
Okay.
I mean, if this looks good, I just click on this get signature button on top, and here
Mm-hmm.
is your new email signature with your custom profile photo, uh, and everything is over here. I can copy this signature, and based
Mm-hmm.
on the email client I'm using, I can just click on any of these to see the
Okay.
instructions. For example, if I want to add to Gmail,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just click there. It will redirect me to a page where we have written how to set signatures. So it will just say that, open Gmail, see the settings and setup. So I'll just show you that. uh, I'll just go to the settings in Gmail, and
Mm-hmm.
I can just see all settings. On the very end, you'll see that the signature, one of them is already set over here. I can
Right.
create new, for example, testing, and I can just the copy I did from the platform. I can just paste it over here, and it will appear something like this.
Okay, that's very cool. Like, back in the day when I was trying to add a signature to my email,
Yeah,
I found it very difficult to do it.
exactly,
But now we have sync signature. Just
exactly.
get the email signature right away and implement it in my email. That's fantastic.
And I can just set it up in a way that it becomes default. Right now, I have two
Okay.
signatures. So I can switch between them as well.
Mhm. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. So you can add multiple and use any of them,
Yes,
right?
exactly. So that way you
Okay.
can, yeah,
That's great. That's great. Like people are using email for daily basis, right? And
yeah,
everyone wants their email signatures to look cool
yeah,
because whenever someone is reaching out via email and if they don't have a good email signature, I would probably not respond to that email.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
These are some of the headshot variations as well. You can just
Maybe you add more variations in the future, right?
yes, yes, of course. So
Yeah.
everything else is something that we are still
I
cooking on.
think I think you can also add a request feature option. Maybe
Yeah,
people can suggest so that you can develop based on that as well.
yeah. We already have our
Okay.
roadmap over here, feedback or roadmap, where
All
people
right.
can go in and
Oh, that's
uh,
nice.
yeah, they can just add public feedback over here, so we get
Hmm,
them
that's
and
cool.
then we plan the feature in that sense. So that's also available.
That's nice. Fantastic. Fantastic.
Great.
And I think people who have not already checked Sync Signature, go syncsignature.com and try it out. You will love it.
Great. Awesome.
So, yeah. So, finally,
Yeah.
let me just put it on gallery mode again. Okay.
Yeah.
So fantastic product that you have developed and launched so far, and I just love it from the beginning. And I think community around product and also love it. Everyone.
Yep.
So I have these five final questions for you. All right.
Sure. Yeah.
So I say these questions to determine if a product is a winning idea or not. All right.
Okay.
So are you ready for the questions?
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. So number one, does your product fulfill a significant market need or desire?
So I would say that significant market need is there for sure, because people are more concerned about the branding part of stuff. So I mean, yeah, it is already there. But I would also add that it's not something that is a real pain, I would say, but it's something really nice to have. So yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. And what is the market size and scale of your target market?
I would say anybody using emails is my,
Yes, I
but
think like the number is not countable. Like people from every part of the world using emails for their daily
yeah,
need, like daily communication, right? So there is no question on that about scale of the market. It's huge.
right.
Like it's the market is worldwide.
Yeah.
So okay, do you have the essential competencies to succeed in your chosen market?
Yes,
Like,
because I did a lot of experiments earlier as well. It's not my first product, and I strongly believe that something, if you're starting something, you should look for a founder product fit first.
right.
That's something that is being ignored. Like sometimes people feel like, oh, this is trending, oh, this is something new, and they start pursuing that. But if you have excitement and enthusiasm for your product or your market you are chasing to, I think you will probably do something in that domain. If not this product, something else. So you'll have at least enough
Mm-hmm.
to enough excitement to take that further, and that's something that a lot of people really ignore. But I think that's something everybody should consider first. So yeah, I mean, product founder fit is something people should actually go and check whether they are the right people
Right.
or not. Yeah.
Right, and definitely, since you have a decade back, since you have a great background of tech industry, and I think you understand your product, and you are with few product development before, so I
Yeah.
think you have the right team as well
Yeah.
to build the product in a proper way. So you have the core competencies.
Yes.
And question number four: what's I would like to know what's your story behind the idea, because people not only buy the product, people buy the soul story of that product. Like people
Exactly.
buy Coca-Cola for a bottle of happiness, right?
Right. Right.
So tell me your personal
So
story
story,
behind
I
it.
think since we are short on time, I will just brief you that I was a part of agency where there is always the design side of things, and then there are development side of things. This email signature comes in a place where both of them is required in that sense. So for the design team, it's very critical to understand all the nuances related to email signatures, where the of course they can create a great looking or they can design a great looking email signature, but whatever they are building has to comply with all the browsers, all the devices, all the email clients, etc. So it becomes very challenging for them to come up with something which is compatible with everything, right? So we always had that challenge, like design side, they have done something really great, and then when
Mhm,
we try to use it in production or in
mhm.
the emails, there are always questions like in some device it's not working, or in Outlook it's not working, or something or the other thing. So what we basically wanted to achieve is a sweet spot where we can deliver this value very upfront, very easily. So that's something that we are trying to do with this. And plus another thing is, like, the headshot is something that people always overlook. So what we did with this is we integrated the headshot itself in the email
Mhm,
signature, so it
mhm.
becomes very interesting proposition. And we also include the brand color aspect of it, so you're ready with your branded email signature within seconds. So that's the proposition over here.
Right, and it saves a lot of time, man. Really, it saves a
Yeah.
lot of time. Like in every business, like I cannot spend time designing like unique email signature every time I send a new email to a new customer, right? So
Right.
it's really time saving. And so the final question,
Yeah.
like, what are your competitive advantage? Why you and why not others? Like if I am going to choose sync signature, why you? Why not others? Tell me.
From that perspective, I was thinking in a way that if you're talking about the founder side of things, like why me, I would say that the excitement in the space and the experience I bring is something that should make me compatible to launch this and take this or grow this product. Or from the sync signature side of things, I would say that signature is the only platform where you can integrate your profile picture directly in your email signature. So, and we basically do it in a reverse way. So a lot of platforms are already there for creating email signature, right? But it's something that you see a great template and you try to create your own stuff in within that. Like you try to change colors, you try to put your information, you try to put your image in that.
Mm-hmm.
So the template you are looking and the output you will get is will be like entirely different. So the proposition we are doing is we are reversing that. We are getting the information first, we are getting the brand colors etc in place first, and then we are customizing that for your needs. So all the templates that you get is on your brand, specifically for
Mm-hmm.
you, and it is personalized for you. So that is something that we do differently, I would say.
Right, right. So, all right. So, your product is a winning idea anyway. I love it. I love it.
Great.
I
Great.
believe as your product is a winning idea, and you are already on $1 million heist. So, congratulations on that. And when you hit your first million, I believe I will have you on the show one more time. Shall we?
For sure, for sure. I hope that happens soon.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I am a believer. Okay,
Yeah.
so I really very much prioritize the visualization. You
Right.
know,
Right.
so if you visualize you are getting the million like in a couple of months, it will tend to happen. No problem.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
So thank you so much, Neil, for joining today. And we are happy to have you on the show. And I believe your story and insights will inspire more entrepreneurs who
Yeah.
are planning to launch their first product.
For
And
sure.
and finally, thanks to the audience who are watching our podcast till now. And I'll drop all the necessary links below, including Neil's social links and the sync signature URLs. Feel free to write any of us anytime if you need any assistance or have any queries. Please make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you can get instant notification when we are broadcasting our next podcast. So have a nice day, people. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Finally, thank you very much, people, for watching this episode. I will drop all the necessary links in the description. If you have any queries or want to join the show, you can contact me anytime. Make sure you press the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so that you get instant notification whenever we are broadcasting our next episode. Have a nice day, people. Bye bye.